Now Ruby's going to hang around for a little while. Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome to day 3. So, I'm going to start off with some fundamentals. You're going to need a belt. I'm going to use, we're going to do the Parsvakonasana. Now, most people won't get a hand to the floor. I generally like to start higher. You can get a chair, or some yoga blocks if you've got them. That sort of stuff. Okay. 2 things today. Shoulders, shoulder blades, and another stand-up pose. Okay. So, let's, you can start just kneeling down. If that's tough on the knees, you can sit an easy cross leg. Okay. And we're going to do Gomukhasana, which is one arm's going up, so it's like Urdhva Hastasana. Yeah, your shoulders up. That's one hand. The other one's going out to the side and rotating here and then round the back. Okay. Now, shortness, that kind of movement, most people want to do that, and we're trying to work against that. Okay, but just be gentle, because a small movement in the body really ramps up the pressure in the soft tissue around the joint quite quickly. So I am using the belt. Okay. If you can take a hold of the fingertips and hold on. If you can't, belt. I've got a lovely cotton yoga specific thing going on here. But do you know, belt off your trousers. Okay, on the opposite side, Gomukhasana. So for mirroring, left hand round behind. Okay, I'm using this hand to help bring it on through, lifting and staying open. Up with the right and just bend at the elbow. So ideally, elbow points straight up. Very easy to push the ribs forwards, draw the front ribs back towards the back ribs. Lift and open across the top body. We're getting used to that movement now, aren't we? Elbow pointing straight up. You can work your hands up the belt. And as the chin push forward, draw it back. Keep it down so you're lengthening along the back of the neck. Okay. There we go. We'll move on from that. Have a stand up, and we're going to do Trikonasana. Let me just quite professionally check the time. And synchronized watches. Okay. So step your feet wide apart. So before we come and keep the belt close to hand. So Trikonasana, we turn the feet, but before we do that, I want you to think tailbones tucking down, tummy's lifting, sternum lifting and open. This is Tadasana here, shoulder blades in and down the back. Okay. On the legs, you're lengthening down to the outside edges of the feet. You're also grounding the ball of the big toe, ball of the little toe. Yeah. I can feel that quite heavy on the inside edge of my heel. I'm trying to move the weight away from that edge towards the outside edge, while being careful if it's overstraining here. Just ease back off that. That's not a developmental pain. Okay. Using your belt over your left shoulder, right arm out to the side, rotate round the back. Hand is now under the belt. Keep the legs active. So hand is now like that. Lifting up with the other. Bend. Take a hold, and then you can use the belt. So there we are. And just sort of take a mental photograph of what that feels like, where that's tight, no niggles, no pushing into pain. Opposite side. Round the back. Up. Bend at the elbow. Now I'm totally pushing my front ribs forwards, just with this hand is at the back. Need to draw those back. Lengthen the tailbone down. Let's see how that changes things in the legs. I can feel it in the inner thighs and the adductors. Okay, belt to one side. Set for Trikonasana. All on the one plane. Yeah. Active legs. Lengthen and go. Same plane. And up again, and go straight in the same way. Get that rotation. and up again. See if you can build that rotation in as you go. Sweep down, come up. Opposite side, 1, 2, 3. Keeping the shoulder back. Yeah. And you can tweak your distance with the feet. Okay, keep the feet. Keep wanting to lift that toe, keep it down. Get that rotation all the way down. Use this to help. We're going to come out in a second. When we come in next, we're going to try and build that rotation in as we go. There we go. Sweep down, toes to the front, step your feet together, come to the floor, downward dog. Do, 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 do. Hands shoulder width, feet hip width. Glasses to the floor if they're hanging off the head. Bend the knees, get the length through the upper body, the arms. Don't push the shoulders to where you want them to be. You know, go a little bit closer to it. We'll be in and out a few times. Straighten one leg, then the other. Yeah, still keeping the sit bones the highest part of the pose. Okay, and just forwards, long arm chaturanga. That's probably about right. I think there. And back. And step the foot forwards. And we're going to come in to Warrior 2. That we did. Virabhadrasana. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's a handy use of cat tree. So, brain wants to take you that way, take it back. Arms feel like straight there. Check in. Okay. Towards the front arm. Okay, but really keep that shoulder back. Rotating back. Okay. Don't strain to make that 90 degrees. It's too much. Downward dog. And we're going to come forwards with the other leg. I'm just going to swap around. You stay where you are. Just so I'm not turning my back on you. Step forwards. Get that distance. Oh, there we go. Keep it in frame. Right. Knee stays bent. Up and into it. Keep this back. This is all more important. See, when I do that, this wants to come in. You need to kind of get both. Lengthen groin to inner knee. Can you drop any further into it? And to the floor. And now have your blocks close by and your belt within reach. Going to come forwards with the foot. So, and you're going to come up with the belt. Turn your feet to the front so we're wider apart than we were the last time. Gomukhasana. Left arm up. Sorry. Let's take the right arm around behind. You can go in either way. It's always good to try a different starting point, but I know this one needs the extra help for me. Up. Elbow towards the ceiling. Yeah. And I'm kind of pressing down on the feet. You know that in some kind of whole foot is as flat as I can make it. And like, do you remember the old fashioned Charlie Chaplin where you might go into splits and then back up again? So it's that feeling that you're nearly, if it was comedy, you just go whoop into standing. Yeah, that switches on the legs, that's what you wanted, with the tailbone tucked down, tummy lifting, legs straight, knees lifting, all of that. Okay, have we done both sides? Probably not. Opposite side. Active legs. You know, and you're not setting it and gripping it. Keep checking back in because things move. when you're not watching. There we go. Lift and open and feel how that's changing as we repeat it. So, going to have the block, chair, whatever, to one side, the inside edge of this Virabhadrasana 2, and you lengthen like in Trikonasana, keeping this shoulder back, and then when you've gone your full distance, you just bring your hand to wherever it reaches. High enough to keep this shoulder back. That's your limiting factor. You don't sacrifice this, you sacrifice the height. Yeah, even if you need to be there. And that comes over. Okay, looking forward's fine for now. Sweep and come up, I'm going to take this with me for the opposite side. Ooh. And we're maybe past time, but anyway. There we go. All on the same plane. This stays back. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Intense lateral stretch. Doesn't have the poetry that some of the names do. Keeping the back toes turned in. I'm going to ignore that belt, even though it's making me slide a little. Sweep down and come up. Oops. Step the feet together. And Tadasana. Namaste position. Namaste. Thank you.